I'm Gasket. Carrying on with my head video. I've finished putting in the JB extreme heat. That was quite difficult. It was very runny, so I had to apply it a million times. If you're looking here, you can see the copper spray that somebody's used previously. So when I went to file it off, it pulled away from the casting on the copper slip. So I've reapplied it, numerous layers. It's quite a breakable, it's a bit like fire cement rather than the normal JB weld. Takes forever to set. This is like 4 days on and being heat soaked with a hairdryer numerous times, so hopefully it'll be alright. I'm going to file it off in this direction because when I filed it off in that direction it broke away from the casting. So as you see, I've tried to line up the wide a bit, and then if I want to increase the hole there, I'll just stick a drill bit down. But I've got to file this off flat now. I've got some new Engineer's Blue from Stewart's, which is working. As you see, my thumb is stained. So I'll set up and start filing. I think I've got a second cut file. I'm just gonna level off, without damaging the aluminium surface, level off the JB extreme heat. If I can get this out of the way. So trying to keep an angle where I'm only on the JB, not touching the head surface. Basically, you've got to keep the file perfectly flat. Not getting an angle. Now, if there was some warpage here, see, now I'm starting to get the edge of the head there, and I've got some build up on the near side, so I've got to make sure As you see now, you can see the silicone gasket line of the old single layer head gasket. Now you can see where I've built it up, and as you see I've made the finest of scratches here, but the engineer's blue will show if that's flat or not. The engineer's blue that didn't work properly didn't seem to go onto this area, so I'm wondering if that's a low point. Looking at these, they seem to be going up to the cylinder lining. This looks a bit more like it may have caused pressure to the water, which would have caused it to leak out here. That being the thin point. A couple of points on there, so we'll see now. At the moment I'll engineer blue this on the surface. So now I'm just gonna clean off the old engineer's blue that was more like lip balm and didn't stain my fingers or anything, just the cloth. Suppose it was useful to wet the stone. Here's my new tin. It's quite runny inside, and instantly you can see it's staining metal. Literally I got some on my thumb, cleaned my thumb, and it was still stained. Quite difficult to open these tins, and as you see, very runny. The stuff we had was more shoe polishy, but this has been in the post and stuff, so try to do this where you haven't got dog hair, because it's been quite a problem for me. My dog molts constantly. When you clean a room up, you've got like 3 dogs worth of hair, and you're like, there's more hair brushed up than what's on the dog. Let's put I want it to be even. Where's it? Right, have I got my straight edge? Hang on. There it is. So, as you see, the edge has no blue on. Give that a rub like that. And you see, blue, 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 no blue, 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 no blue. So that ruler is not straight. I hope you can see that. So there's no blue here, no blue here, plenty of blue there, no blue there, blue there. Right, let's try this. Now, normally you'd have a big surface plate or a surface table made of granite, and then you'd rub the head strip down on it, and you'd see if it was flat. These will break, so you've got to be careful with them. Very heavy. Now I'm sitting on top of a valve there. There we go. There we are. Between the valves, that's it. I'll just move the plate back and forth, just like I'm moving the head around. So, I don't know if you can see now. I'm just going to move you closer. Right. So the areas that are covered in blue are the high points. And if there's any areas that don't have the blue on, they're lower. So I'm seeing here that this area has no blue on, so that would suggest to me that's a low point, not making contact, so that would show some sign of warpage, because it all should be stained blue like this. But I'm looking at the surface plate along here, and you see it looks a bit dry, so that could be the surface edge that was here. Obviously I'll drop these two valves, skim it over there, that'll overlap there, and I'll see if that's flat. So there we are, a bit of a better view with the blue that stains and works. I was worried about this edge. Obviously that's fine, it's got blue all over it. This with the other one I was a bit worried. Seems to have blue on, not as blue as this area, but it does have blue on. That area looks a bit less blue, but that could be just the same as that. Out the way. Out the way, please. As you see, it's a bit dry there, a bit dry there, and a bit dry there. So that could explain the lack of blue here. Less blue here, maybe a bit less there. So I've rotated the cam now, these valves are down, cog's still on, it's quite stable, so quite happy with that. I'm just gonna, this isn't, I'd usually use Gen Clean, which is a Kosh chemical to clean it off, but I've only got CPU thermal paste remover, so clean that off. Quite a lemony zest to this Tim Clean for CPUs. seems to evaporate quite nice. I suppose you could use some nail varnish remover or something. Oh, I might have to take that cog off actually. It is a bit unstable. Wipe the blue off so it's clean. I'll just remove the cog because I don't want it moving. I've removed the cog. I'm let's clean the mat off. So I'm going to apply a bit more engineer's blue to the surface plate. Maybe in your case it'll be a table. I'll make sure them spots are well coated. I want plenty on because I don't want to get the dry results I had last time. So, as you see, the blue has covered the head. You can see the bits that are lower down, like there, and there, that's lower. Not the marks where the rings were, where it was showing it was blowing. Just a centimetre away, but so now I've rotated these valves down and I'm going to reapply the blue to the granite slab and start making the video. Reapply the blue to the surface plate. As you see, I'm putting it on thick because I keep getting dry spots. So the Stewart's Engineer Blue was about £5.55. This little surface plate was £65. But you can get a surface plate as big as this head for, I think it was 110 or something like that. But I can't afford that much. And I think I can manage like this. So that place there, on the first swipe here, it showed low. This swipe here showed it's low as well, along with that one. So now let's do the rest, see how my filing was. This is very heavy, so you've got to be so careful. The head's moving on You know what? Now I'll rotate the cams again. Now I've got enough engineer's blue on there. That's all tested as flat. There's no dips. Even my file area is perfect. Maybe a little bit along there. But that could be just where I plucked it up. Seems a bit there. Same again. Maybe that's the sliding sideways. I need to drop these valves. So that's the top corner. So it's turned blue, so it's contacted. There, old thing. All blue, all blue, all blue, all blue. I slid it all the way up to here where it was showing no blue before, and it got blue. I haven't done here because these valves are raised because of the position of the cams, so I'm going to rotate them, swipe it again. Maybe I've used a little too much blue and hence why it's contacted, but according to this head is flat. Maybe not over here, but I'll rotate the cams and check it again. I decided that instead of rotating the cams, I'll clean this off and test it again because this is testing good. As you see, I've cleaned off the engineer's blue from this section with some toilet paper and some Tim's clean CPU and heatsink cleaner. I re-smoothed out the blue. I reapplied it, and I'm very happy. So, is that bit a problem? We'll spin the valves so they're not raised, and we'll check that area again. I just moved the valves, reapplied the surface plate, realised this was lifting up the surface plate, which is causing that area not to be blued. I'm very happy. She's got blue all over. She's not warped. She's just blown the head gasket and was leaking out of that area, which I used JB Extreme Heat, left it for a few days, hair dried it a few days, and filed it towards the block so it didn't slip away from it. So this can go back on now. There's no need to skim it. My name's Garjin, and thank you for watching, and I'm a very happy bunny. Have a good day.